And so, do you guys ever get, like, uncomfortable around a certain group of people? Maybe, like, you don't like a certain group of people, like, you have some prejudice in you? And I'm not racist, so you guys can ease up. I felt some buttholes flexing, and that's not where I was going with this. I have nothing against colored people. They're completely fine. I'm talking about deaf people. Fucking deaf people. I don't like them, and I know that sounds offensive. But I have good reason. It's coming from a justified, it's okay to hate deaf people kind of place in my heart, okay? I think you guys will be able to relate. Do y'all know the situation where you're hanging around some people who don't speak the same language as you, and then they look at you and then look at each other, make a comment, and start laughing, and it's like you know they're talking shit about you, you don't even think it, you just know they're talking shit blatantly right in front of your face? Well, I have this memory from when I was a child. I sat next to these two deaf girls in one of my classes. These two deaf douchebags who every day would sit there and sign at each other, look over at me, and then sign at each other and start laughing. And like they were talking shit. It was like the same mannerisms as when you're at the mall with a friend or something and you see a fat guy and you point him out, you're like, hey, look at that fat fuck, and your friend's like, fucking pumpkin tits, fuck that guy. And you guys have a laugh about it. There was the same interactions between those two girls. It was clear they were talking shit, and what was even more clear was that I was the target of this shit-talking, which sucks. Sucks to hear. Think about that. Have you guys ever been made fun of by handicapped people? That means they're saying, like, I'm glad I'm deaf and not you. That is what that means, and that fucking sucks to hear. Or see signed in my case. And it was pretty bad, so I'm not gonna lie, this is what I did. It pissed me off, it got me upset. So this is all true. What I did is I just fucking gave them the finger, flipped them both off. It's fucking, how about that for a sign, you dumb deaf cunt? Just fucking flips them both off. And needless to say, they were shocked, and they went and told on me. And it turned out they were only talking about me because they had a crush on me. And so now I look like the asshole, right? But I didn't feel like an asshole. Truth be told, I actually was kind of excited because I had never had a girlfriend at this point. And I was like, oh shit, dude, you might be able to pull some pussy, Jeff. There's not a deaf guy in the school. You got no competition, dude. This is all you. Alright, so I went for it, and I got, you know, on the way back from the principal's office, I asked them both out. Not at the same time, that'd be dumb. I asked one out, and she shot me down and said no, and I was like, well, what the fuck, I thought you had a crush on me, but maybe it's the other girl who has a crush on me. So then I go to ask her out, and she fucking said no too. I got shot down by two deaf girls in front of the whole class. It was a very humiliating experience. And I was like, what the fuck? I thought you had a crush on me. And it got me thinking, maybe these deaf girls just, like, planned this out as an elaborate prank to get me to ask them out so they could shoot me down. Or maybe they were just offended that I called them a cunt and flipped them off. But I think it was probably that they were trying to set up this whole prank, you know? So if you're offended at my feelings towards deaf people, you're 100% in the wrong, because I'm the victim, not those deaf assholes. I'm the one that got shot down. And either way, you shouldn't be offended, because if you're deaf, you wouldn't be here. If you were, what would you be? Nobody does jokes in sign language. What the fuck would you be doing at a comedy club? What a waste of time it would be for you to be here if you were deaf. Stupid. And I know that's fucked up, and a depressing story, but that's just kind of my life, fucked up and depressing. Like, today has been like a jerk-off with a noose around your neck kind of day for me, you know? That lets you know where I am at mentally, because that's exclusively something depressed people do. That's not, if you're happy, you don't jerk off with a noose around your neck. That is reserved for depressed people. And there's a lot of reasons to be depressed, you know? I think the one that's weighing me down the most right now is, how is that band Creed still around? Who the fuck listens to that shit? It is garbage. Like, I think it's the guy's voice that infuriates me the most. Just the low, like... Nobody talks like that. You have to alter your voice significantly to make that sound, okay? Either that or you have cum lodged in your throat from fresh dick suckings, which would be believable, because he sucks dick while he's singing, so he probably sucks dick before he sings to make that sound more authentic, right? I don't know. Like, because there's no way he's going through regular life, like, just... Hey, pass the beer! Here's $1 for your chip, my sacrifice. If he really sounds like that, and he wants to make a sacrifice, he should fucking kill himself. Because he's not doing himself a favor by singing. Or at least stop singing, you know? Seriously. Man, how fucking awkward would it be if the guy from Creed was here right now? That would be so fucking awkward. He'd probably stand up and be like, hey man, that's not cool. That's not how I sing. I don't have cum in my throat. I just suck dick in music. I know that was annoying. It would be even more annoying if he was here and we had to listen to him do that, for sure. He'd probably cut off our ears during the middle of it. But at least we would have an understanding of why he talks like that. Because right now we just have to assume that every time he's singing, he's simultaneously gargling cum. Or maybe he's deaf, and if he's deaf, that's just another reason to fucking hate deaf people right there. Alright, that's all I got. You guys have a good one.
Alright. Also, too, we do, this is that little comic we do benefits every once in a while.